Good morning. This morning, I totally cracked myself up watching this video that Bill Maher had done in 2021 about social media and influencers, and laughing at like these young kids who are driving around at 22 in RVs and vans and filming themselves and subjecting all of us to watch it on social media. I don't know. It just was so funny. But it, and then I watched another video about from someone in a program that I signed up with for people who are doing social media, for a more conscious social media, to help create a better world, by who we're being. And that, I think, would be the ultimate in influence. And so, yeah, it's like I've been, studying life coaching and spirituality and nutrition and massage therapy and, really learning what it is to have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. And we're all imperfect. And we all have these narrations in our head or stories that we were given to us by our influencers, our parents, our media, our church group, our synagogue, like whatever. And so those influences were to keep us as a member of the tribe, to keep us comfortable with the narrative. And if you stayed within that narrative, you're okay. But we've gotten really hypercritical of ourselves and of each other. And that hyper critique has sort of exploded and erupted in social media and given a big excuse to grow, maybe, because it's done as self-expression. But there's also like a gratuitousness of dumbing ourselves down, kind of. And I'm not saying that as like superiority, but it's so gratuitous to, like, mom and I were watching The Gentleman the other night, and Guy Ritchie is so freaking raw, and it's surprising. And but it was a lot of really crazy gratuitous violence and like casual treatment of humans as like just lesser than beings, and like the fight of the criminal over ancient bloodlines and civility, and how coarse the common man can like throw over that. I don't know. It just, anyway, my poor mother had nightmares. And it's like, yeah, we've gotten really used to like watching people's brains get blown out. And then we wonder about kids who are growing up in the inner cities and like what respect they have for their lives and other people's lives. Because in the media, what they're seeing is guns work, guns make you powerful, and blowing stuff up is a solution because you don't like something, and instead of changing it for the better. So it's, I think, up to conscious social media influencers to start talking, creating a world where we're not in competition for each other, where we're in cooperation with each other, and that we want to build a world that is easier for all of us to live in, no matter how much money we make and who we are or are not. That we all cultivate respect for ourselves and for each other. It's, treat your neighbor as you'd like yourself to be treated. And like, it's not one or the other, it's both. And religion is a way of connecting to something greater than we are, and it's gotten really misused as a way of shaming and damning each other, ourselves, whatever. And I'm looking for a connection that doesn't do that, that chooses love over fear, and acceptance over condemnation, and a world where violence isn't the answer. That no matter what, violence is not the answer. That we don't kill each other. We stop killing each other and start looking within and working with whatever trauma we have been raised with, whatever negative influences we've been listening to or raised with, and finding our own way to connect with the divine. And if that's through violence and through fucking this and, like damning that, then how does that feel inside of you? Like thinking about that and what that does to you physiologically and psychologically. Yeah. So it's pretty noisy, isn't it? Could be quieter without that jackhammer of anger. Oh, have a peaceful and beautiful morning, connecting with yourself in gratitude and stillness in the chaos of life, everyday life. We can come back to the breath. We can come back to gratitude and feel fulfilled with what we have and who we are. It got really quiet.